meeting has begun. This meeting has begun. And wherever you are, I just hope you're ready to work. Hello, everybody. Good to see you all. I'm over here on Instagram. I'm over here on YouTube. Frank is still talking to Juan Valdez's burro. No, a burro. A burro. Rrrr. How many people can roll their R's? Spam the chat with ones. If you can't roll your R's, say 2. 1 for rolling R's successfully, 2 for no, I can't do that. So, Papa Groovy. What's up? 2s can't. I see some 2s. See some 1s. Okay, we got a mix of 1s and 2s. Okay, so we got some Latinos. Any of you Mediterraneans out there, you're fine. What's up, King, Gemini, Wayne? Let's see here. Chris over here, Tay. Just wanted to say before we get started, I got my Quite Frankly Elevation Blend coffee. It's I drink coffee wherever I go. I'll take a cup, and I enjoy coffee all over the place. But of course, this has become a very, very reliably good drink for me because I spent a lot of time taste testing this to perfection, right where I wanted it. This light roast still kicks you in the ass. Just doesn't taste like an ashtray, and of course, inside of it is a nice frothed up batch of Keto Brainz, which the description has the link to Keto Brainz and all of the and the 20% off. Also in the description is yes, light roasts have more caffeine, or it's on the stronger end of things. Remember, they're superior beans. Light roasts are superior beans that don't need to be roasted as much to give it some kind of a flavor. But also today is the publishing of the March edition of the Quite Frankly Bulletin. So that is in the description of this episode as well. And it's, Chris, they come both whole bean and ground. I always have a couple of bags of ground coffee just for when I have a lot of family over and I take the big coffee urn out. You know the big coffee urn? So, and it has the basket on top. So that takes like, for 30 cups of coffee, it takes like a cup, 1 3/4 cups of ground. And that's just a pain in the ass to just sit there and grind it all up. So I always have a couple of bags of the Quite Frankly ground just for bigger occasions. Other than that, there's nothing like grinding it up yourself. It's like potpourri. The whole house smells like coffee after that grind. You just release an explosion. So, but the Quite Frankly Bulletin, the newsletter, is out today. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. It's in the description. I tweeted it out. I put it on Patreon for you guys. Subscribe star. Emailed it out. It's on Telegram. It's on Gilded. It's on Discord. Enjoy it. We've got a piece from Jeremy Ryan Slate in there about the Ides of March. So you get some good ancient Roman history and also, the Ides coming up on the 15th. We have really great St. Patty's recipes in there. There is a piece from John Carroll, a nice schizo World War III / Bitcoin kind of a piece in there. There's also our friend Michael Collins from Wandering Wolf, him going out into the world and visiting all these really controversial mysterious archaeological sites. So that's there. There's more. There's so much more. And also behind the scenes. A lot of behind the scenes stuff there too. And looking forward. Tonight is also, we got the 7 o'clock show. Then at 9 o'clock, it is the first session of book club for Lloyd C. Douglas's The Big Fisherman. I'm almost done with it. I actually read most of the first 4 chapters last night, so I only have like 20 pages to read today. So that's great. That's going to be good tonight. The next 5 Mondays, we will be doing Big Fisherman. So there's a lot of work. Doing a lot of work over here. All right. So as far as tonight goes, it's Monday. Here's a couple of things I have. I have a few things. I have a lot of topics I wanted to bring up. I just don't know if it's good for Monday. Maybe I should save it for Thursday. But the concept of brain death and organ donation. I want to talk about that, and I want to take calls on that. What you guys think? And in a way, in a great way, I think that it would link to a lot of the controversy that has popped up around IVF too, because it wasn't until recently that I saw how opposed a lot of people are to IVF, and I had to go into why, and I had to find out what was going on there, and there's a lot more to that than I thought. So we got IVF, we have organ donation, which I don't like that. Organ donation, nah. King 40, organ donation is sick. I mean, there's a lot there. I don't even give up my blood anymore. Liquid gold since I'm pure blood. Oh yeah? You've never had a vaccine in your life? There's very few of us out there who actually are pure blood. But I know what you're saying. What's up, Star Carnal? What's up, Kurt? It's hard to trust people. What do you mean? Do it on Thursday. Mondays don't need help sucking. This wouldn't suck. Conversations like this don't suck. This is better than talking about the news. You just throw it out there, and you know, that's this is. I'm looking for something that inspires calls. But you know, the whole thing about this, and I'll keep it. I'll keep it brief because I don't want to give away the whole shebang right now. Is you think about who's declaring somebody brain dead. Now, there's also there's a side to this. There's a lot of people in the medical field, in medical fields, who contest whether brain death is an actual thing. So I want to hear both sides of that. But then there is also what we know about people and organizations who harvest human remains for as little as for as young as children, babies, fetuses, embryos. You know, we've heard the hidden camera barbarism many times before, and we know what organs go for on the open market, and the commissions there, and the reasons for getting them, and what they you know. So just gonna say that. Just going to say that 100%. Black market black market organs is something else. That's something else. People need organs. I'm not putting that aside. You know, if you have somebody in your life who needs a kidney, they need a kidney. Where are they going to get it from? You know, so the need for a thing is going to create somebody who wants to supply them, and there can either be noble, voluntary ways of doing this, or there can also be black markets. That's when you start getting all those stories about you know, going on vacation somewhere, getting drugged at a bar, waking up in a bathtub full of ice, and your kidney is missing. I don't know how many of those are urban legends. I'm sure it happened to someone. But of course, Planned Parenthood is going to come up in all this stuff. How many of those evil witches we've had to hear at a lunch meeting swilling wine talking about Lamborghinis and how much a liver goes for. So, I mean, we got to talk about this. Want to bring that out there. But IVF is actually a lot more interesting, because now I know why people object to it. But I just want to know if there's a way to perfect it, because it is at the basis of it an attempt to bring new life into the world. You know, at the root of it, it's a people's desire to grow their family and become parents. Of course, there's just there's a lot in there. Anyhow, okay. So as far as tonight goes, I've got my pen, I've got my pad of paper. What's on the back of this? Me practicing my K's. Oh, Lauren came in and asked me how I do a K. How I do a cursive K. So for tonight, what do you just throw me some stuff? We can do a little bit of open lines. There'll definitely be a part for that. I wanted to talk to my friends from Patriot Protect, because there's a couple of big data breach stories that I saw recently, especially what had to do with Social Security. And it made me want to bring them back on, especially since they work for a lot of people in the audience now, as far as taking information off the internet and data miners and all that stuff. So maybe let me go Patriot Protect, data breach, Social Security, and others. Trump is the Messiah. Not close. Have you looked into the Zizians and the coming AI technocracy? Yes. The transgender cult? Yes. We were talking about the Zizians not too long ago. Are we going to war? Europe certainly is. It seems like Europe is. Okay, Aaron Johnson on Instagram. Please send me an email. I'm an IVF baby. My mom is devout. Let's see here. Okay, so Aaron, get in touch with me. All right, because it's stories like that we gotta balance the whole thing out. Some people who are absolutely no IVF. There's too much lives lost, embryos destroyed. It's barbaric, whatever. But that's what I'm talking about. If you just put just enough out there, look at that, you got a twin. So get it, Quite Frankly Podcast at gmail.com. Just so I don't forget you. Let's see here. As far as war goes, I mean, it's incredible that we had that whole thing happen with the midget from Ukraine on Friday. And then he's standing there with all the European leaders who are standing together. What was the one of the headlines I saw? Like the latest nightmare, or Europe's biggest nightmare. They have to fight Putin without the United States. Oh, so I mean, it's incredible that all that's left is just go over there and fight. It's the only thing that's left. They're saying it themselves. It's like, okay, they have designated Ukraine as the place where fighting is going to happen. And everybody in Europe is pouring weapons and weapon systems and money and training, I'm sure, and some kind of clandestine, presence of personnel on the ground, because I mean that's the biggest resource that Ukraine needs is people, because they're killing everyone. They're killing their own people. Their men and boys are trying to leave the country. They're being kidnapped by Ukraine's military, brought back and sent to the front line. Um, so it's incredible that all Europe, how Europe can feel or even put themselves on the outside of this conflict when it is purely their conflict. It's purely their conflict. So they're going to get incinerated. With Trump, you will be alone. Good, good. I want to be alone. Do you understand me? I want to. Any real American should want to be alone to work on their own shit and live their lives. Okay? Being alive in the world is not just about how many military alliances you have at any time. What does that have to do with us, little people? What about the country of Ukraine? It is Russia that invaded Ukraine. Oh, what a poor little shit. Ukraine is just trying to keep his own country. Ukraine is not a country. I don't know what to tell you. There are people there, people like you and me, who have long ancient bloodlines. That's their home. As far as the political entity, the geopolitical entity that is Ukraine, all you need to do is open your eyes to see that it is an absolute shell company. It's a shell company. What us? Yeah, some people are upset, and some people are woefully uninformed, and whatever. But it's gonna get a lot. It's gonna get a lot more people hurt. It is. It is. Like this guy over here, Fortier. He's gonna hurt himself just by trying to think this hard. So there's that. Anyhow, we don't need that anymore. We don't need that. All right, so war. I guess that's always a fun topic on a Monday night. Tomorrow is the State of the Union. I don't think I have it in me to stay live and watch it all with you guys. That's going to be on the 4th. On the 5th, we've got Brandon Williams coming on to talk about taxes. Do not miss the 5th, because we've had guests on before to talk about taxes and whether all those little tricks that the government doesn't want you to know. Essentially, do we owe taxes? Do we owe taxes? What can you do to avoid can you avoid them without going to jail? So we've had this on before, and the guy that we brought on before was not very convincing. And even people who are convincing, and I know Brandon Williams is going to bring the goods on the 5th. Even people who are convincing, it's very hard to say, okay, points made. I believe that taxation, by very nature, is immoral, and in a American sense, most of it is highly unconstitutional. And but let's be honest, from a realistic sense, why do we pay taxes? Because we don't want to go to jail. And that's going to be the basis of Wednesday night's show. How confident can you make me that I'm not going to go to jail? Damn, this is good. Thanks again to Keto Brainz over and over again. The link is in the description. You can find them. I'll tag them on Instagram over there, but the link is in the description. I sent out so many samples. I paid a lot of money to send samples out to a lot of people last month. And this is why, because I've been using it for a long time. Do I have a Telegram? Yes. The Telegram is, if you're on YouTube, all the links are in the description of the episode. Just go down there, you can see all of it. It's all in there. The Discord, which we took two calls from Discord on Friday night, sounded beautiful. Beautiful. And I can't wait to actually incorporate those Discord calls into call. Brandon Williams actually can take calls from the questions from the audience. That'll be great. We pay taxes to pay for a non-federal reserve where there's zero proof that they ever lent us a cent. I know, but when the first penny was issued, by way of that central bank, the debt was unpayable. The debt was essentially unpayable from the very first penny. Because where does the imaginary interest come from? So you can shrink it. You can shrink the tumor down to almost non-existence, but it never actually goes away. Oh, that's another thing we're going to be talking about on Friday night. Maybe not Friday night. On Wednesday night with Brandon, because when he comes on, that's going to dominate the whole evening. But I had a thread that I started last week that got a lot of people in there, a lot of redundancy, of course, because we're all thinking the same things. But I said, what, in your opinion, is this the most immoral and the most abhorrent tax that we are made to pay? Is it the estate tax, the death tax, inheritance tax, income tax, the property tax? I mean, they're all terrible. But what do you think the worst is? Property and estate taxes are really just born from the devil's asshole. No doubt. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of it. A lot of you guys are agreeing. So, inheritance, yeah. Frank's OnlyFans is coffee talk. Drinking coffee in the nude. You're not ready for this one. I actually had a couple of people tell me, a couple of friends say, Frank, this was about, it's like, what was it, 3 or 4 years ago? Was it 3 or 4 years ago that everybody's like, Frank, get Quite Frankly on OnlyFans and just host the show there? Because, I mean, I know what it is. I know what is actually on OnlyFans a lot now. I mean, it's mostly, when you say OnlyFans, what do you think about? You're thinking about, cooters. That's all anybody thinks about. But it was almost like a Patreon, And I'm thinking, somebody told me, Frank, you should get the show on there. Post the nightly show there, go live, whatever the hell else. See if you can get kicked off of OnlyFans with the show. So that would be something else. That would be a real big feather in my cap. I got kicked off of OnlyFans, but then again, you know what? The show is pretty durable. I mean, I'm still on YouTube somehow. So why the hell would I get kicked off of OnlyFans? Nipple tax. What do you think the most noble tax? If you can create a tax out of nowhere, if you can create a tax, what would it be? Would it be a nipple tax? Who would you tax? Is that to keep? What would the nipple tax be? Do you tax every time so you can see somebody's nipples through their shirt because it's an inconvenience for everybody else? I mean, sometimes it's not a bad thing. It's like, let's see. Text. I'm looking at the Instagram over here. You guys just throw it in. We only have 13 people over here, so all of your contributions will be seen a lot easier. So you should see if you can get monetized again. Well, Bobby, I have to wait until March 17th to see if I can get super chats back on YouTube. On March 17th. That's when my latest strike / warning expires. My husband and I are in our 70s. Property is paid off. Property tax is going to kill us. You know, see, here's the whole thing, and we'll talk about it on the show. Maybe I'll do this on maybe a little bit tonight as a precursor. Littering. Well, you're talking about fines. You're talking about fines, and I'm fine with fining people for things like littering. I wouldn't call that a tax. Dudes with painted nails should be taxed double. Immigration tax. Well, anyway, maybe we'll do a little bit of tax either tonight. Tomorrow we've got a great homesteading show building. Worst taxes. Worst taxes. New taxes. Let's see. Nipple. I'll just put myself a little footnote. Nipple. Asterisk. I'll know what it means. What was the other thing that was just said? There's something else that was just said here. Where's taxes? State of the Union. The homesteader is Joe. I think Joe Mooney. He's got a great channel, very well subscribed to, and it's going to be fun. Homesteadonomics, it's called Homesteadonomics. Gemini says keto brains taste so good, would be great in yogurt. I'm drinking it now just in water. You can do it. I mean, you don't even have to put it in liquid. It's good. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Uppy? Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
What were you doing?
I was upstairs folding the bed.
You were folding the bed?
Yeah.
And what else were you doing?
I was watching the one on the TV.
And you were also, and then before that you were working out and stretching with Mom.
Yes.
And then as soon as Daddy's done with this, you're going to work with me in my office, and you're going to be doing your lessons.
Well, it's lunchtime.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's 11:29. You're right. Okay. So after lunch.
Yes.
We'll do our lessons today.
Yeah.
All right, you little kid.
No.
All right, you little spider monkey. Okay, I gotta finish up.
No.
You get out of here. Go home. All right. Anyway, good morning. Boofing the keto brains. Snorting the keto brains. Oh no. It's the worst thing that could actually happen. Is people just start doing new things. All right. I feel like family tax incentives. Oh, that's a really good one. Just to keep in the tax incentive. But of course, the basis, the fact of the matter there, brass tacks, is that family tax incentives won't exist in a society that doesn't tax their people into the poorhouse. So there's that. All right. Man, I feel I had one other thing I was talking about before, and then my My mind went to 10,000 other places. I don't know. Anyway, that's that. We did a half hour together. Half hour on the nose, actually. Look, 30 minutes and 10 seconds. So Gina says, "Hey, Frank, I found out my daughter is having a baby girl. Good for you guys. Congratulations. You would have a great time one way or another, but I'd take another one of these. Any day of the week, I'd take another one of those. So that's what I have. That's what I have for you today. I have more for you later on tonight. We'll find a way for some open lines and have some good times with that. This is going to be a nice week of programming. Really good people coming in for the show, and we have rich topics and all that. Joe the Homesteader is not on the show tonight. He's tomorrow. Joe the Homesteader is on tomorrow. And then we have Brandon Williams for, the income tax, all those awesome talks on Wednesday. And then Thursday right now is kind of up in the air, but I like getting into the weeds on a Thursday night. And then Friday, John Barber is coming on for some showbiz talk. He wants to tell us stories about Dean Martin and everything else like that. So John Barber will be on with us. He must be like 94 years old now. So we'll be having some showbiz talk on Friday. Also, all of your positive celebrity interaction stories. We'll be busting out that thread to support either Friday night show or something else as well. So, yeah, that's that. No star. I will not be talking about politics with John Barber. In fact, we already spoke about this. I said, listen, John, I think we're on different pages on a lot, and I don't want to just bring you on to fight with you, and I don't, but he goes, oh, I understand we don't agree on a lot. I said, but I want you back on. Can we talk? Can you come on for a showbiz night? Because you're talking about a guy, one of, a small amount of people out there who can talk from firsthand experience about those Rat Pack years and stuff like that. Johnny Carson and whatever. I mean, you can go right now and watch John Barber host the Tonight Show. That's awesome. So, and the JFK stuff is great too. But anything that's contemporary, what are you gonna do? So, it's almost like in Little League. When you're making a Little League lineup, you just put people in the position that they're going to do the best. And I think that this is going to be a good night. So, he's 95, still sharp as a tack. I'll say, hey, what do you feel about Doge? That'll kick him off in the right direction. All right, everybody. So listen, I'll see you guys tonight at 7 o'clock. For those of you who are sponsors and are reading along for this month's book club, the link to book club is going to be sent to you probably around 3 p.m. or something like that. I'll be doing the show tonight from Studio B. So I won't be at Studio A tonight. I will be here at home because at 9 o'clock, book club starts. And there you go. That's all I have. Enjoy the bulletin. The link is in the description below. And I also tweeted it out. Is that all you want to say?
Yeah.
Well, Aurora says bye. I'll see you guys at 7 o'clock. You guys take care. Go read the bulletin, and also everything you need to know about Keto Brainz to enhance your Quite Frankly coffee is in the description. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Sabotaging this show. She wants to sabotage this show. I think she thinks she's going to inherit it one day. I think that's what she thinks. Anyway, all right, guys, take care, be well, and have a good one. Nighty night. No, no, no. Good morning. I mean.
That's trying to rob you.
You're trying to rob me?
Yes.
You already do.